Are we going to swap?
Let our Ben back on.
Well, do we have to be quite so hasty?
Move friends.
Don't get too comfortable.
Ben, don't be so insecure. Morning.
Piers Morgan, very early on a
Nip
breakfast
out
show.
for a woman.
Do you
I've
miss...
come all the way from London for this. I've got several nosebleeds just getting up here.
Do you miss the early starts?
Do you know, it was funny. I thought this morning, wow, breakfast TV again, because I did it for 5 years. Spent 5 years, I have to be honest, trying to destroy you two and your colleagues.
Thank you.
Finally beat you in the ratings, but only because I left.
How many
left.
times did you beat us?
I think it was the last day.
Once.
When I walked off into the sunset. But as I explained to your editor earlier, I planted my flag of success and just walked off, and that was it. So actually, you've never beaten me again. Because I wasn't there.
I just wonder how you ever managed with, like, the 3:30 alarm call.
I hated it, is the honest truth. It's like having permanent jet lag, isn't it? And actually, it was a wonderful moment earlier where one of your terrific team was bringing you in particular, your breakfast, and had a message. The presenter is hungry and would like her omelette. Yeah. And I said, well, this takes me back. And he said, we have been told that actually we should always put the guests first in this situation. I said, let me let you into a secret. If the presenter's hungry, it's like Hannibal Lecter. You've got to give Hannibal a meal, otherwise something terrible is going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's purely a needs must to function at this time.
No, but it's interesting. I mean, I did it for 5 years, getting up. I mean, I've managed to negotiate my way to a 4:30, 5 o'clock start by the end of waking up. But it is brutal. I mean, hats off to you guys, because it is a brutal thing to do morning telly. People don't realise how. And then you do like 2.5, 3 hours of live television. That sort of takes all the adrenaline out. It's very hard on the body, and you get to midday, you're absolutely exhausted.
Did it drive you mad in the end?
Yes, I think we all go mad in the end.
Yeah.
I think I did go slightly mad, yeah. But I've always had a slight mad streak, so it just manifested itself through morning television. I think Susanna Reid, who was obviously used to be here, but we had a wonderful relationship, and I think I missed that. I missed the team, actually. I had a great time with Susanna and Charlotte Hawkins and all the team, and you know what it's like. It's like having a family, isn't it? So that I missed, but the alarm calls, absolutely not.
You found the early mornings tough. Did you also find sort of the confines of television? You know,
yes.
or traditional linear television. There are certain rules around how you make shows like this. Not in so much as what you can say, but how you make them. Was that difficult for you?
Well, we're going to find out in the next few minutes, aren't we? Yeah, I mean, to a point. I mean, I always made the point. I was a former newspaper editor, so I kind of knew where the line was. I like to be very outspoken and express my opinions very firmly, but I never felt I really crossed the line. And in fact, the whole 5 years I did Good Morning Britain, we never had an Ofcom ruling against us, the TV regulator. There were 57,000 complaints about me disbelieving Meghan Markle. I think nowadays it would be the other way around. If I believed her, there'd be 50,000 complaints. But they all got rejected, which was quite an interesting thing, which people tend to forget in my whole story around Good Morning Britain, is a few months after I left, Ofcom came back and said, actually, he was perfectly entitled to have his view not to believe somebody. And no one in this country should be compelled to believe anybody, right? We live in a free, democratic society. And I think one of the points of my book, which I know we're racing to discuss, Woke is Dead, is the whole...
You got there within 90 seconds. I am so impressed.
But one of the key points of it, I've called it Woke is Dead, not because it is dead yet, but I want it to be, because one of the most insidious aspects of it is this kind of suppression of people's free speech. And I got really exercised about this. I think in the last few years, we kind of lost our minds, where people felt they were not able to express themselves freely. You know, I have members of my family who fought in World War II, for example, for the right to defeat the Nazis and save our free speech. And the idea that we have this new kind of fascism, I call it, where if you say the wrong thing, you do the wrong thing, you get shamed, vilified, cancelled, destroyed. I think it's completely wrong and very un-British.
So that's the crucial bit in all of this. It's about that cancelling, isn't it? Because I think you would argue that you were able to say what you wanted to do on the TV about Meghan Markle, and then at the same time you were also subject to all those complaints. They were allowed to make the complaints.
Well, I had to apologise.